Hello, my name is Melanie English, and I will be discussing my long-range life plan. First, I will begin by explaining how to be successful in setting and achieving goals. Generalized goals are less achievable. Many people have no goals or have vague goals of what they want, such as, I want to be financially secure, or I want to be happy. When we make goals that are general like these, it is easy to become confused about how to actually achieve them. Make your goal as real as a finely tuned engine. There is nothing vague or fuzzy about engines. You can see them, feel them, and hear them. You can take them apart and inspect their moving parts. If you really want a goal, then take it apart. Inspect the moving parts, the physical actions that you will take to make the goal happen, and fine-tune your life. Write down your goals. Writing down your goals greatly increases your chances of meeting them. Writing exposes undefined terms, unrealistic timeframes, and other symptoms of fuzzy thinking. Both goals and intention statements address changes that you want to make in your behavior, your values, your circumstances, or all of these. Write specific goals. State your goals in writing as observable outcomes or measurable results. Think in detail about how things will be different once your goals are attained. Think about what you see, what you do, what you're around, you hear. This will make it very easy to actually set out and achieve your goals. Suppose that one of your goals is to become a better student. Translate that goal into a concrete action. I will study 2 hours for every hour that I am in class. Specific goals make clear what actions are needed and what results are expected. Write down your goals in specific time frames. Long-term goals represent major targets in your life. These goals can take 5 to 20 years to achieve. Sometimes they'll even take a lifetime. They can include educational, career, personal, relationships, travel, financial, security, whatever is most important to you. Midterm goals are objectives that you can obtain within 5 years. Midterm goals include completing a course in education, paying off a car loan, or achieving a specific career level. These goals support your long-term goals. Short-term goals are the ones that you can accomplish in a year or less. These goals have specific achievements. A short-term financial goal would include an exact dollar amount. These goals require action now or in the near future. Write goals in several areas of your life. People who set goals in only one area of life, such as their career, may find that their personal growth becomes one-sided. They might experience success at work while neglecting their health or relationships with friends and family. And to avoid this outcome, we must set goals in a variety of categories, such as education, career, financial life, relationships, social life, contribution, spiritual life, and level of health. Reflect on your goals. Each week, take a few minutes to think about your goals. You can perform the following spot checks. Check in with your feelings. Think about how the process of setting your goals felt. Consider the satisfaction you'll gain in attaining your objectives. Check for alignment. Look for connections among your goals. Do your short-term goals along with your midterm goals? Will your midterm goals help you achieve your long-term goals? Look for a fit between all of your goals and your purpose for taking part in higher education as well as overall life. Check for obstacles. All kinds of things can come between you and your goals, such as constraints on time and constraints on money. Anticipate obstacles and start looking for workable solutions. Check for next steps. Decide on a list of small, achievable steps that you can take right now to accomplish each of your short-term goals. Write these down on a daily to-do list or enter them in a calendar if you want to accomplish some of these steps on a certain date. Then review your to-do list and calendar. Take note of your progress and celebrate. Move into action immediately. Don't let your goals suffer such a fate. To increase your odds of success, take immediate action. Don't wait until your New Year's resolution, which I know is coming up. Do it now. Decrease the gap between starting a goal and starting to achieve it. So now I'm about to talk about getting real with my goals and what actions I would take for my long-term goals. So the first step is to write down my goals. I've kind of already brainstormed them, but you would typically do this in 8 minutes and just think about what you want in your life. So I'm going to think about, I'm just going to write down whatever comes to my head. So the goal is to generate as many ideas as possible. So here I go. I'm going to write down as much of them as I can think. So this would continue for 8 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to start looking for common relationships between all of my goals. So I wrote down a long range of goals. Some of them are short-term, some of them are mid-term, and some of them are long-term goals. I have highlighters, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight in pink what ones are my short-term goals. Okay, so some of my short-term goals include I want to do yoga once a week at least. I kind of do it on my own time and just through like an app and stuff, but I really want to go to a yoga place once a week to the same spot with a really good instructor in hot yoga, not just regular yoga. So another short-term goal that I have is to add one more day at the gym. Right now I'm going 4 days a week. Really, I'd like to go 5 days a week. Another short-term goal would be working up to waitressing. I have 2 jobs right now, and at one of my jobs, I'm not a waitress yet. I'm just a hostess, and so if I were to become a waitress, I'd be making a lot more money, which leads me to my next goal of saving $5,000 this time next year. I've already saved $3,000, but I'd like to save $5,000 by this time next year. Another short-term goal would to be earning at least a 3.5 GPA next semester or hold my current GPA from this semester. In order to transfer to San Diego State, I'm probably going to need at least a 3.5. I know that, so that brings me to another short-term goal of transferring to San Diego State in 2019. That would be 2 years of me being in community college, and I'd like to get through this process as fast as possible. Let's see. So another fitness one, short term, would be to squat 135 and deadlift 155. That's a specific weight that I know I want to reach. And for a deadline, I would probably say within 2 months. So starting today, 2 months from today, I'd like to reach those goals. Another short-term goal would be to learn 10 new recipes because I love to cook. And this will be by the end of the year, in January, since it's December already. I really enjoy learning to cook new things, since cooking is very new to me still, so yes. I'd like to give at least once a week. This is in general terms, but just to as a donation, to a charity, anything. Another short-term goal would be to read a new book each month. I really enjoy reading. It's been kind of hard to read a new book each month with school, but I think that I could do both. I think that reading is really important, and it strengthens your intelligence for sure. I love reading. I just don't get to do it very often. I'd also like to meditate more often, meditate daily. I find it very hard to sit still and just meditate, but I need to start slow, and that's another thing that I could start today. I have a lot of short-term goals. It's easier to have more short-term goals than long-term, obviously, and it's best to focus on just 3. So after this, I'll choose my top 3, but I'd also like to go offline and spend only 3 hours on my cell phone and TV and anything that stimulates your brain a day. Another short-term goal of mine is to learn how to surf by June and surf well. Since I'll be living on the beach by then, I really want to be able to just go take my board, walk to the beach, and be able to surf. So hopefully I'll be able to surf well by then. Another one is maintaining my health by not smoking, drinking responsibly, eating healthy, nutritious foods. This is short-term, mid-term, and long-term, since I want it through all of them. A lot of these are, but that's something that I can, continue to do now and just keep improving my health. I would also like to call and FaceTime my family more or equal to once a week. I talk to my parents often, but I hardly get the chance to talk to my sisters because they're both really busy, but I'm going to make sure to set a day on Sunday at 10 a.m. with them, a specific time and date of the week to talk to them and catch up. All right, so in purple, I'm going to talk about my midterm goals. So within 5 years, I would like to run a marathon. I'd like to graduate with a BSN and obtain my RN license and become a nurse. Within 5 years, I would like to keep balance in my life by having a night on the weekend that I can go out and have fun. And so for my long-term goals, I would like to get married and have children when the time is right. I'm not setting a specific time or date for that. And I'd also like to be financially stable, enough to pay for my necessities, plus enjoy vacations and other luxuries once or twice a year. So this was me writing out my plans as specifically as possible. And I'd also like to own a house by 25. But yeah, so that about wraps it up. The 14 minutes went really fast. At first I didn't know how to make it 13 minutes, but that was quite simple. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I'm going to go start working on my goals right now. Thank you.